Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wild Wednesday, and I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when you are here. I know I'm here an awful lot, but I have an awful lot on my plate to review. And one last little tidbit of information. I give you a bigger bite of every single movie of every single day, such as your brief synopsis. Well, actually, I forgot. I will put a brief synopsis on there. I just remembered I didn't put it on the thing I typed out. But brief synopsis, starring cast of each short film that's in this, the directors for each short film, the year, link for a trailer, and then if you want to buy a copy, I'm going to give you a link to where you can purchase a copy. I think they're going for like $20 and then shipping, something like that. They're very reasonable for a movie nowadays. But anyways, I really like this one. It is none other than Phil Herman's Unearthed. It is a blast from beginning to end. It is a 2024 release. Yeah, I believe it is out now or getting ready to come out here really, really soon. I know Phil's been really busy. The man is like a machine. He is like working on like 8 million projects at once. He's really keeping himself busy, and that's really awesome. You know, the guy is he's well deserved it. Now this runs at an hour and 47 minutes, so it's not a very long one. The first story we got is The Ties That Bind. That one's starring Lillian, Lamour, Heather Harlow, Joe DeBartolo. I do this every time I come to him. DeBartolo. David A.J. Cook, Paul Nada, and Nita Trader, and this is directed by Derek Braasch. That one's very cool. I'm not going to really say a whole lot about it, other than a person has gone and kidnapped a young girl that was out on a jog. Nobody knows who, where, what, when, and I mean they know when and where, but they don't know the why and how they did it type of ordeal. They have an estimate or like a guess, like most criminal pathologists or whatever they call them, forensic file type people. Anyways. This person is very brutal with their kills, done with an axe in places. It just really is probably out of all of the films on this. They started it out with a real slugger. This one's a slugfest. It's absolutely a bloodbath from beginning to end of it when you do have the action in here. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's one of those that I think it shines out of all the films the most. The next is the Look Towards the Sky. That one is starring Joseph DiGristine, Kristina, Santiago, Septum, Mike Doyle, and Will Devokees. Sorry, Will. I'm terrible with pronouncing names. And he also pulled double, triple, quadruple duty, I believe, on a bunch of things for this. Writer, director. I believe he also did the editing as well. His is about a alien race that has taken him, and he's disappeared for 3 days. It takes you on a route that I kind of was feeling like it was going to go on. We'll just say that the aliens are real. They don't hide that fact at all. As a matter of fact, if you've watched any of the uh, footage or talked or listened to any of the stuff with Will, when he's talked about how his short is going to be about aliens or extraterrestrials, I should say. But either way, it was going to be about that, and also with the title like "Look Towards the Sky," makes me think of the classic horror sci-fi ish film called Fire in the Sky. That movie is absolutely frightening. It is so good. But anyways, this one, it touches on every level that it really needs to become something really great. I really like Will's approach to the sci-fi aspect of this. I thought it was fun. The alien it's cool looking. The ending was a little different than I expected, but as I was going along, I kind of expected some of that to happen. But it doesn't. It isn't like a disappointing. You're gonna guess what's happening. It's actually really a good ending to the story. It is gosh, it really sticks with you in my opinion. But I'm not gonna give away the key spoilers. You guys know me, I never do that. I talk a little bit about the film and let you put it together yourself so you can go watch it yourself, and maybe you'll have a different opinion than I do or not. But the next one is Clean House, and this one I really liked as well. This is my number 2 on here. I am a huge fan of Marcelo Fabiani. I think he's a really good director. He definitely has a very good eye at using not only his actors to become something good, but he's also using the backgrounds and all the scenery as if it's another character all in its own. He has got a brilliant eye for that, and I really dig that. He's also an excellent editor, or at least his process that he goes into it. He is very, very excellent on that, and he doesn't lose pacing type of editing, and it really, really sticks with you on how well it maintains its progression and just constantly is going upwards, and doesn't really get boring whatsoever. But this one, before I forget it, it stars Claudio, Martin, Melisa Reyes, Penelope, Bogado, and Marcelo also plays a part in there. That one is it was really good. Clean House. It just really it's a Exorcist type film, but it kind of feels like the movie The Exorcist in some ways. If it was modernized and made with actors and filmmakers from a different country coming, I believe Argentina is, I could be wrong, I'm sorry if I'm wrong on that, but coming from all the way down there to American cinema, it really translates very well. It's definitely got a creep factor with it. The guy that plays the priest is kind of a guy that is not necessarily the best person in the world. He has a checkered past. He basically is writing on the fact that because he became a man of God, God forgave him, and he is able to walk amongst God and do all of the work that the church tells him to do. It gets really good on that aspect. It has a cool ending. It doesn't waste any time to get your attention to go with this one. It was very it just grabs your eyes and your ears and your soul, and it just pulls you into it. It's very good. Yes. And then we got Highway Robbery. This one's fun. It's got Phil Herman in there and Mikey Pringle. Debbie D, of course, she's in there. She's great. Jimmy Ewald, and then Ralph Ray. And this one's directed by James Panetta. I've seen some of his stuff before. I believe he did a segment on Islay for Christmas, or Islay on Christmas. Sorry guys, it's late for me to be doing a review. So if I mess up any names, it's because I'm tired. So I'm going with that, and I'm sticking to it. But Highway Robbery is pretty cool. Debbie D, she's got a strange relationship with her husband. He's, I guess, not really fulfilling all of her needs in more than one way. He comes home one night and she makes him some dinner, blah blah blah. Puts it down with him, and she's like, "Oh, why don't you just eat your dinner and go to bed?" And then he's like, "Oh, that sounds like a good idea." And like he goes to eat his dinner. She walks off and goes to take a shower. While she's in there, she does some stuff. And then while that's happening, the husband is downstairs like dying. It's actually it's done with I can sense a little humor with it. So it was fun. She eventually comes out of the shower, finds him dead, and then takes off down the road. Phil Herman actually is the guy that picks her up, and he has got a checkered past himself. That's going to be the second time I've used that term in this review. But he's got a past that's not very good all on its own. He definitely does things that make you think, or that stick out with how dastardly he is, because he also uses an axe and other various things, and then there's people getting stabbed, and it just really is one of those. You got to keep your eyes and your attention on it, because it definitely goes in twists and turns and goes in a fun direction. And now the wraparound, that was starring Christopher Kaler and Samantha Hupp. And then Christopher also came along and did the directing for the wraparound. He plays like an ominous character that has like a nasty eyeball that is kind of a crypt keeper-esque vault of horror type of introductions and narrations. It's pretty cool. I dug him. He was dressed up in a pretty cool costume as well. It worked well for what it was. I'm not going to really say much about that, because it's a wraparound. There's not any crazy twists that are going to happen in there, like with a Hammer or an Amicus anthology type film, or along those lines. Alright guys, now on to the three things that I love my movies to meet. First and foremost is the audio. The audio is very crisp, cool, and clean. I really liked it. I thought they did a great job on every single one of those. I didn't notice any kind of errors or things that made me think differently about how the audio construction is, how they put it together inside of their film. I thought it went very well. Everything was perfect. So it's going to get an A all across the board. Now, as far as dialogue goes, dialogue is fun through most of these. Some of them have like very little dialogue to start off with. I believe that was Marcelo's. It started off with little to no dialogue, if I remember correctly. One of them did, but it works on all cylinders there. It gets another A. And now going on to the editing process, I feel like this one is edited together very well. Even with the meshing it in with the wraparound story, I think it does a good job connecting the dots and really keeping a good pace with each other's story. It doesn't really lose that momentum, and I really like it. Especially it just starts off so well, and it just continues to get better throughout the entire film. All right, guys, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Oh wait, I almost forgot. What am I gonna give it on the one to five? It's gonna be a 4.5 out of 5. It is not a 5.0 material yet. It's hard to get that fiber from me, but this one's really good. I do recommend it, especially if you want something for the haunt season for Halloween, or fall in general. This one's perfect for you. All right, guys, love your faces, and as always, peace.